For decades, humanity has searched the skies with curious eyes and skeptical hearts, wondering if we're truly alone in the universe. Countless stories have emerged, some credible, some outlandish, but every once in a while, something happens that forces even the most hardened skeptics to pause. And recently, such an event has come to light. An incident so baffling, so completely without precedent, that it has left scientists, military officials, and civilian witnesses all asking the same chilling question. What exactly did we just see? It all began with what seemed like a routine radar anomaly over the Pacific Ocean. U.S. Navy reconnaissance aircraft was on a standard patrol when their onboard systems detected an unidentified object traveling at an impossible speed. At first, they assumed it was a glitch, maybe a bird, a drone, or even an instrument malfunction. But then the object stopped. Not slowed, stopped. Mid-air. Instantly, no deceleration, just a full halt, hovering at 40,000 feet. That alone would be enough to raise eyebrows. But what happened next shattered any remaining doubts that this was something conventional. The object began moving again, this time zigzagging through the sky with precision, darting left and right in maneuvers that no known aircraft could survive without tearing itself apart. The flight crew watched in stunned silence as the UFO, now visibly metallic and disc-shaped, vanished from view in a flash, only to reappear 60 miles away on radar. In under a second, naturally, the event was logged and forwarded to military intelligence. The footage, captured by both radar and infrared cameras, was classified. Until it wasn't. A whistleblower within the Department of Defense leaked a segment of the footage online. Within hours, it went viral. Grainy as it was, the video showed a distinct saucer-shaped object performing maneuvers that defied everything we know about physics. Pilots with thousands of flight hours were interviewed anonymously. Every one of them said the same thing. We've never seen anything move like that before. It's not from here. The timing of the incident couldn't have been more crucial. In the past few years, the U.S. government has slowly been peeling back the curtain on what it once dismissed as science fiction. The Pentagon officially acknowledged the existence of UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, and even formed a dedicated investigative office. Congress held public hearings, and several military personnel testified under oath that they had encountered flying objects that outperformed American fighter jets in every metric: speed, maneuverability, and stealth. But even in the midst of this slow disclosure, this recent encounter stands apart. What makes it unique? Isn't just the behavior of the craft. Although that is shocking enough, it's the aftermath. Within days of the footage being leaked, independent researchers began analyzing the video frame by frame. Some experts in aerospace engineering suggested the craft wasn't just flying. It was warping the space around it. A ripple-like distortion surrounded the UFO at high speeds, something resembling a localized gravitational field. That kind of tech docent just exceed human capability. It redefines the laws of motion as we understand them. Then came the civilian airliners, commercial pilots, and even fishermen all began reporting similar sightings in the same region. Dozens of people, none connected, none aware of the military incident, described the same object, a glowing metallic disc that hovered silently, then disappeared at inhuman speed. Some even claimed to have seen multiple craft operating in tandem, moving in perfect synchronization like they were communicating telepathically or via some advanced network. Theories exploded across the internet. Some said it was secret military tech, perhaps a next-generation drone. Others speculated it was a foreign adversary, testing hypersonic capabilities far beyond what the U.S. believed was possible. But neither explanation quite fits. Why would a foreign power fly their most advanced tech so openly in U.S.-monitored airspace? And if this was an American black project, why would our own pilots be unaware of it? Then, A curious twist. Astronomers in Hawaii reported a brief but intense spike in electromagnetic radiation over the same region, matching the exact time and location of the sighting. The signal pattern wasn't random either. It had structure, rhythm, even pauses, not unlike a language. That's when things took an even stranger turn. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration picked up unexplained sonar readings in deep waters beneath the location. Something large, very large, was moving deep below the surface at speeds far exceeding any known submersible. Could the craft have originated from the ocean? Is it possible that we're not dealing with visitors from the stars, but from our own planet's unexplored depths? This theory, known as USOs, unidentified submersible objects, has long existed on the fringes of UFO research. But with multiple sources now independently detecting anomalies both in the air and below the waves, it's beginning to look far more plausible. Perhaps these aren't aliens from another planet, but another ecosystem entirely, one that has remained hidden beneath our oceans, far from the reach of satellites or human interference. As news spread, more whistleblowers came forward. One, a former Navy sonar technician, claimed to have tracked objects moving at 500 knots underwater, a speed that would crush any known sub. Another, a retired aerospace engineer, ALLEGED, that fragments of non-terrestrial materials had been recovered in secret programs. Materials that exhibited isotopic ratios not found anywhere on Earth. Of course, skepticism remains. Science demands proof. But here's the thing. This time, the burden of proof may no longer be entirely on the believer. Too many credible people are saying the same thing. Too much data from radar, sonar, infrared, and human testimony is aligning in ways that are becoming impossible to ignore. Something is happening. And whatever it is, it's not just another story of lights in the sky. This isn't a weather balloon. It's not a drone. And it's certainly not a figment of collective imagination. This is real. It's been recorded. It's been tracked. And it's been acknowledged quietly, but undeniably, by the very institutions that once laughed off the idea of UFOs as fantasy at the edge of a new reality. One where the impossible may not only be possible, but active. One where humanity must confront the notion that we are not alone, and that whatever's out there, it's already here, watching, studying, waiting. Whether these phenomena are extraterrestrial or something entirely beyond our current vocabulary. One thing is clear. This is not a one-off event. The patterns are emerging. The truth, long buried under layers of secrecy and skepticism, is rising to the surface. And we are witnessing the beginning of a new chapter in human understanding. One that may finally answer our oldest question or raise even more. So the next time you look up at the night sky and wonder what's out there, remember? Something is already watching us back. And for the first time in history, we might just be watching it too.